Welcome back, Assassins, to another episode of Hitman. In this episode, I am going for the challenge Prank Call and a View to Die For. To unlock a View to Die For, you simply have to start up here on this roof, as I did. And the challenge Prank Call involves eliminating 5 targets using a telephone. So I'm going to begin by knocking out this guy, both so I can get out without being seen, and also because I'm going to need his disguise. Because I'm also going for the chameleon challenge this episode. I'm only going to be putting on the disguises which I have not put on in the previous episodes of this series. So I want to begin by grabbing a handyman disguise and a screwdriver. The reason I didn't put on the disguise of that shop vendor that I just knocked out is because the timing for this is a little bit precise. So I want to make sure I'm able to knock out this handyman before he leaves. I'll go back to grab that disguise momentarily. The reason I need this guy's disguise and a screwdriver is so I can tamper with the telephones. That way I can kill 5 targets with the telephones. You do need to make a custom contract in order to unlock the prank call challenge. And I have made a contract here. It's called Renaissance Gaming 5. You can search for it if you want to unlock the challenge the way I'm doing it. So here's one of the targets, and the reason I'm walking up to him is to trigger his conversation. That way he starts his route and then eventually goes to the telephone. And same thing over here, I just want to trigger this conversation so that target moves towards the telephone. Those guys take forever. That's the reason I'm finishing up the chameleon challenge as well, because you just kind of have to wait for these targets to go to the telephone, and it can take quite a long time actually. So now I can go tamper with 5 telephones, 1 for each of the targets. And this is going to be one of them. A handyman's going to come here and use this phone. He's one of the targets. He'll get electrocuted as soon as he uses that. Here's another one of my targets. He's one of the guards here. And he uses this telephone here on the right. So let me tamper with that one. Now, I'm not going to be showing you them picking up the telephone or anything like that, because they're going to be busy running around grabbing the disguises that I still need for Chameleon, while I'm waiting for these guys to route around and touch the telephones. That's the 3rd one. I need to tamper with 2 more. So this one on the very right. And then finally, the last telephone is this one right here on the very left. So all 5 of my targets will each use one of those telephones and die to unlock the challenge prank call. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for them to do that, I'm going to grab some disguises I missed. And you can see my first target just got killed. So one of the disguises I missed is the military soldier, which are basically the soldiers that patrol out here. And you can see that my second target just picked up the telephone and died as well. So I'm going to need this guy's disguise. And conveniently, there is a dumpster here for me to dispose of his body. And there we go. And you can see on the map on the other side of this wall, there's a person. I'm going to throw a coin to distract him a little bit. That way he leaves that place, because there's another disguise in there that I still need. There's that guy I distracted with the coin, and that gives me an opportunity to come in here and put on this disguise. This is the consulate security disguise, which I had the opportunity to put on in earlier episodes, but I just never did, and I need it for the chameleon. Alright, so next up, I need to go back and get that shopkeeper vendor disguise from the guy I knocked out at the stairs at the beginning of the episode. And I also need to get a food vendor disguise. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be too stealthy in this video because I do need to knock out a few people in the middle of the street in order to grab their disguise, and there's just not a very convenient way to do it too stealthy. You can lure them with a bunch of coins, but it's really not worth the effort, so I'm just gonna punch him in broad daylight. It's okay. So there's a food vendor that sometimes hangs around here, and if you're lucky, you can isolate him and not get seen. So I don't really see him anywhere around here. Let me take a look. I'm hoping that I'm able to get him somewhat isolated. Okay, here he is in the very corner, so I should be able to knock him out. And you can see my third target just died. I'm gonna quickly break this dude's nose, take his disguise, and that is the food vendor disguise. Let me quickly get out of here before anybody sees that body. Alright, so now it's time to go back and finally grab this disguise up here. This is the Shopkeeper Disguise. And there we go. So at this point, I only have one more disguise that I haven't equipped in previous episodes in order to unlock the Chameleon Challenge. It is the Bodyguard Disguise, and this one's a bit of a pain in the ass to unlock. And my two last targets take a long time, so I'll probably have to do some editing. So I'm going to wait until they die, and then I'm going to knock out that bodyguard, take his disguise, and run for my life. Okay, finally the fourth target died, and now I just have to wait for the fifth and final one. This fifth one, Assad Habib, he takes forever, sometimes up to 15 minutes or so. So, again, I'll probably do some editing. Alright, the fifth target is finally down, so I am going to take that bodyguard's disguise and then run towards the exit before I get shot. So, thankfully, I still have my hammer that I picked up earlier, and I think I'm going to throw it in the back of his skull. I think that sounds like a plan. Okay, so I'm going to get pretty close to him. That we can grab the disguise and get the hell out of here before I die. So once you kill all 5 targets with the phone, again you unlock the prank call challenge, and with this final disguise, I will unlock the Chameleon challenge. So that's it for Marrakesh. This is going to be my last Hitman video for a while, because I've just been uploading Hitman, and I feel like I need to put up a new game for some of the other people on my channel. But if you like Hitman, trust me, you guys are really going to enjoy the game I have lined up for you. Give me a few days to get started on it, and you guys should see it popping up pretty soon. You're going to really enjoy it, and then once I'm done with that game, I'll jump back into Hitman with the future episodes. I will continue to do elusive targets as they come out though, so you can look forward to those. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.